是我的问鼎之路。
Wang Lin is finally approaching the Ascendant stage, also known as Ascension, Wending. Officially, he will reach this level in the very next episode, episode 121. And that, you must agree, is extremely impressive. Wang Lin can undoubtedly be considered one of the best among his peers. While many of his contemporaries are still striving to reach the nascent soul stage, Wang Lin has already reached the late nascent soul stage and is now on the verge of entering the Ascendant stage. Ascension, or the Ascendant stage, is the peak of the first step. It completes the cultivation of a mortal's soul and body, transforming them into an immortal. There are 3 types of breakthroughs. The first and most common method is to submit to the heavens and lose the ability to oppose them. The second method is achieved through cultivation that challenges the heavens. This type of breakthrough provokes divine retribution. The third method is similar to cultivation that challenges the heavens, but instead of confronting them directly, the cultivator avoids heavenly punishment. However, the heavenly Tao is not afraid of cultivators hiding, because once they hide, they lose meaning in their hearts. As a result, this method produces a similar outcome to the first, though it may offer slightly more advantages. In Wang Lin's case, he forges his own Tao, becoming a third type of being that challenges the heavens and provokes divine retribution. Zhou Yi's Ascension Crystal also provided great assistance due to the extreme difficulty of breaking through at the Ascendant stage. Thus, Wang Lin challenged the heavens, comprehended the power of the ancient demons, and attempted to reach the peak. His new white robes displayed his immense power, yet he was relentlessly pursued by demons and pushed into a desperate situation. In the end, he devoured 100,000 immortal ascension fruits and reversed the situation, transforming into a god of death and leaving behind a shocking impression. In the second round of the competition, he attempts to conquer the Demon Slayer drum. A sudden enlightenment leads him onto the path of reverse cultivation, and he ultimately achieves his goal, the pinnacle of mastery in drum techniques. The white robe is unbelievably beautiful. Wang Lin, already at the late stage of perfection within the nascent soul realm, unexpectedly touched upon the power of an ancient demon. While attempting to strike the demon god drum, he sensed its emotions. This granted him a new understanding of his cultivation and pushed him to consider challenging the heavens and ultimately pursuing reverse cultivation in order to reach the peak. However, Wang Lin's ascent would not be easy. Most cultivators follow the will of the heavens, whereas Wang Lin opposes it. This was forbidden by the heavens, so the heavens were forced to eradicate the rebellious cultivator. However, as Wang Lin himself said, heavenly punishment could destroy only his physical body, not his Tao heart. With the aid of the ancient demon's power, Wang Lin dominantly shattered Tao itself, reaching the summit of his ascension. He no longer wears the red-black garments that once gave him the primitive aura of the demon clan. Instead, he is now clad in entirely new white robes. Wang Lin's battles against the heavenly Tao and the heavenly tribulation, including the confrontation with the Demon Slayer drum, allowed him to reach the Ascendant realm. Only after returning to the Qinglin Immortal Abode, absorbing Zhou Yi's Ascendant Realm Crystal, and undergoing 10 years of grueling cultivation did Wang Lin truly break through into the Ascendant realm, and only then did he don the white robes. The relentless pursuit by demonic forces repeatedly trapped Wang Lin and nearly killed him. However, a favorable opportunity arose for him. Through a series of coincidences, he devoured 100,000 ascension fruits, forcibly increasing his strength to seek revenge against the demonic forces. Since the duration of this power boost was limited, Wang Lin launched a counter-pursuit and was forced to carry out a bloody massacre. As disciples of the Luo Great Sword sect attacked Wang Lin and 100,000 demonic warriors from the Fire Demon County also arrived to hunt him down, Wang Lin ultimately annihilated all 100,000 demonic warriors, becoming a true god of death. Now let us look at how Wang Lin's breakthrough is described in the original work. After the heavenly retribution dissipated, Wang Lin clearly sensed a change. His domain had fully formed and begun merging with immortal energy. This was the prelude to Wending, Ascension. He understood that any interference at this point would be equivalent to the death of his primordial spirit, so without delay, he left the external world and returned to the immortal abode through the tablet. Inside the abode, he poured out all the remaining heavenly jade, turning the hall into a mountain of power sources. Streams of immortal energy filled the space. Wang Lin then took out the Wending crystal, a gift from Zhou Yi, swallowed it, and sat down in meditation, fully focusing on merging his domain with immortal energy. An intangible flame ignited within his body. His primordial spirit transformed into a cocoon, within which the domain melted and reverted into primordial qi. It was continuously born, condensing into droplets like nurtured life. Yet for a long time it was unable to take the form of a crystal. Wang Lin attempted again and again to complete the process, burning through the last of his heavenly jade, until the internal energy erupted with unprecedented force, bursting forth from his eyes, nose, and mouth. At that very moment, the breakthrough was on the verge of collapse. The forming crystal trembled, the immortal flame lost stability and began transforming into real fire, threatening to destroy both body and soul. At that point, the swallowed crystal from Zhou Yi revealed its power. It emerged from within, entered the flames, suppressed their surges, and penetrated the cocoon of the primordial spirit. Circling Wang Lin's crystal once, it shattered, transferring all of its primordial energy to him. Wang Lin's Wending crystal instantly strengthened and grew. The trembling vanished, the flames stabilized, and the primordial spirit ceased to be unstable. After this, Wang Lin remained in motionless meditation for many more years. 10 years passed in the external world before a new aura matured within the cocoon. When the cocoon cracked and shattered, a new primordial spirit emerged, no longer transparent and nearly indistinguishable from a physical body. Within it resided a fully formed Wending crystal, slowly radiating primordial qi. At that moment, the domain and the primordial spirit became completely unified. The primordial spirit gained a tangible form that differed little from the physical body. As the primordial spirit appeared, the cocoon began to melt, and the primordial spirit absorbed the nourishing liquid produced from it. When the final drops were absorbed, the primordial spirit descended to the ground, and in the next instant, Wang Lin, who had sat with closed eyes for 10 years, awakened. Ascension! Wang Lin exclaimed weakly, his eyes flashing with brilliant light. A cultivation path spanning 700 years had finally reached the Wending level. On any 6th level cultivation planet, a person who reaches Wending stands at the absolute peak. Even within 7th level cultivation states, one who reaches Wending is considered quite powerful. Wang Lin sat in meditation for 10 years in his attempt to comprehend Wending, and in the end, it bore fruit. His 700-year cultivation journey was complete. He had truly stepped into the Wending level. Thank you very much for watching. Write in the comments what you think of Wang Lin's new appearance and his cultivation breakthrough. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and goodbye everyone.